Clash of Champions is this Sunday, the next WWE pay-per-view of the calendar year. Of course, every championship is on the line. I cannot wait. I do think we're going to see some swerves, some title changes, and there's some really big matches announced. I think there's 9 that we got to look at that are currently announced. I don't think any other matches are going to be announced. Of course, some people are asking, what does the term Gold Rush stand for? Well, I think Gold Rush just implies every title is on the line. There doesn't seem to be any kind of gauntlet match or anything like that. If I was WWE, I would have added like a #1 contenders battle royal or something, because that would have been the Gold Rush. It would have made sense. But let's start with the predictions. Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's Championship is on the kickoff show. I don't know why exactly it's on the kickoff show, but okay. I still think it's going to be a good match. I think Asuka will pick up the win. I wish it was on the main card, but we always do say on the channel that kickoff shows are free on social media, so chances are more people are going to see it. Zelina Vega as well deserves this opportunity. She's been a constant on WWE, and she's a really good wrestler, so giving her an opportunity to show what she can do against someone as great as Asuka is really good for her. The United States title is on the line when Lashley takes on Apollo Crews. Man, this is like the rivalry that just never, ever ends. It really is. Apollo Crews has been in and out of this title picture now for months, and it just feels like it will just never stop. I want Lashley to win, and then I want Lashley to go on and face other people, because it just feels like Apollo's been beaten now by pretty much everyone in the Hurt Business, and I just don't care. I just don't care. Unless Apollo's going to win, what's the point in this match? Yes, it's to make Lashley look strong, but I don't get it. Next up, the Smackdown Tag Belts are on the line when Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro defend against the Lucha House Party. I think this could be one of the swerves we see. I think Cesaro and Nakamura will retain, but I do think that rift in the Lucha House Party will continue. And I'm fine with that. I think Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado will probably be best served on 205 Live anyway. I think they're both excited in the ring, and I think putting them over there could give it some credible names for people to still go and check out that show. So I can see them doing that. I think there's no big shock in that match. But the Raw Tag Team title match, however, I think is going to be pretty similar. I think the Street Profits will retain the belts, whereas Angel, Garza and Andrade will again continue their rift. I mean, they might have patched things up. They may be back on the same page. I don't think so. I think the whole story here is those two will split. The Street Profits are getting a really strong run as tag champs, and fair play to them. I think they deserve it. The women's tag belts are on the line in a match I cannot wait for. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler defend the tag team belts against Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. I cannot wait. WWE, make Liv a champion. This would be her and Ruby's first championship in WWE. I would be over the moon if Liv Morgan wins this. I think the match could go that Nia and Shayna, one of them may like turn on each other, and that would give the Riott Squad the advantage. I think that would be fine. I think they are the legitimate tag team, so it makes sense to take advantage of that. The triple threat match for the IC title. I cannot wait. I think this is going to be match of the night. Jeff Hardy defends the Intercontinental title against AJ Styles and Sami Zayn in a freaking ladder match. This is going to be good. It's been so good to see Sami Zayn wrestling again. Of course, since his return, he's had a really solid match on SmackDown. Cannot wait to see what he comes up with in the ladder match. Not only that, you've got one of the biggest names of ladder match history, Jeff Hardy. And of course, AJ Styles. Without doubt, one of the best in the world. This match, I do believe, will be match of the night. I think Jeff Hardy will retain. I could see a swerve here. I could see either Sami or AJ picking up the win. But I think the redemption story of Jeff Hardy kind of indicates that he's going to retain, go on to other things with a belt. It would make a lot of sense for Jeff to retain. But again, don't be put off. There could be a swerve here. Sami Zayn very easily could pick up the win and say he was always the champ. Bayley takes on Nikki Cross. Now again, it's a match we've seen multiple times before, but this time it's interesting because there's no Sasha Banks in the corner of Bayley. That's what Nikki Cross has blamed for all the defeats to Bayley. However, the big story and question will be, will Alexa Bliss play a role in this huge women's title match? Very possibly. And if she does, I think she's going to screw Nikki Cross. That could then set up for Nikki versus Alexa, which then leaves Bayley to face Sasha Banks. Bayley versus Sasha at Hell in a Cell is what we all want to see, right? So it just makes sense. You get the two feuds out of that one match. Do it, WWE. Whether Alexa is a female fiend or Sister Abigail, it would be awesome. The WWE title is on the line as Drew McIntyre defends against Randy Orton in an ambulance match. This is going to be good. We don't see ambulance matches too often, so it's always nice to get a stipulation match. I do think that this is a time. I think Drew McIntyre is losing the title. I think Randy Orton will walk away the WWE Champion. I wouldn't be surprised if Retribution somehow get involved in this. Drew did lead the charge against Retribution on Monday Night Raw, so it would make sense that they want to get revenge against Drew. And if you're going to do Retribution versus Team WWE, this could be the start of that. This could be Drew McIntyre being the front guy for Team WWE by having his title screwed from him. Again, I think Randy Orton deserves it. It would be his 14th world title. Let's do it. And then we get Edge versus Orton in the future. Roman Reigns defends the Universal title against Jey Uso. 100% Jey Uso loses. I don't see any situation that Jey Uso wins the belt here. But it is going to be interesting because the big story is what will happen. Will Roman Reigns screw Jey out of the match? Will Paul Heyman hand him a chair or something? Will the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, get involved? We know Bray's watching Heyman. We got the Wobbly Walrus puppet in the funhouse. He's already talked about Roman taking the belt that he wanted away. Things like that. So the story's there. Will the Fiend do it? We don't know. Will Roman turn on his cousin? We don't know. It's going to be an interesting match. And it's a great way to highlight Jey Uso. It's just what comes of it, I just don't know. I know some people are saying that Heyman could turn on Roman and join Jey Uso. Like, that's not going to happen, guys. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's not going to happen. Roman Reigns is leaving Clash of Champions with the Universal title, 100%. But as I said, the question is, what will the Fiend do at Clash of Champions? What will Alexa Bliss do? Of course, this is the first pay-per-view without Seth Rollins in ages. I do think it's probably likely Retribution get involved. Now they've got WWE contracts, I kind of feel like them getting involved in a pay-per-view will happen. They haven't done it yet, so it would be really cool to see them at a pay-per-view. But let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. I genuinely do enjoy, on the Monday after the pay-per-view, coming back to this video, going through the predictions that you guys leave and see who got what right. I do that every single month, so make sure you do that. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, really does help it on YouTube, so please do. Follow me over on Twitter, @CWrestlingUK. I will see you as always next time. Enjoy Clash of Champions on Sunday. Peace!